On the 25th of December 2017, my mum and dad bought me a Vietnam War US Army helmet as a joke Christmas present. This was due to the fact that I played so much World of Tanks, started a YouTube channel about World of Tanks, and was generally just absolutely engrossed and obsessed with tanks. For this, I thank James Julius Willett. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. I lived with them 4 years ago, and I stopped playing tanks around the same time I moved out, just before. For some time, I've actually been thinking about going back to tanks. It is a game that was such an integral part of my life and my gaming life, being brought up into YouTube and video games and computers and tanks. It was all part of together. I found YouTube, I found tanks, I found YouTubers, I found tanks, I found some of my best and closest friends that came with tanks. Tanks was a huge part of my life. It nearly destroyed what is now my marriage, and it also created some of my strongest bonds with people who were at my wedding. Tanks has been a magical game for me, and I love it, and it has a place in my heart for that reason. But like I said, for some time I'd been thinking about getting back to it, and I really wanted to get back to my old skill level. I loved being good at this game. I loved understanding the way the game mechanics worked and understanding armor values and gun penetrations, degrees of angling, and racking up 4K damage and outplaying other players, in my opinion, is one of the best feeling things you can do in a video game. I wanted to have a 4v1 rush and come out on top. I wanted that feeling again. I wanted to be a good tanks player. With all that said, I knew that there was one thing standing in my way. I knew that there was one thing holding me back, and that was myself. I found it really hard since I stopped playing tanks to play a game just over and over and over again. And be engrossed in a game like I was engrossed in World of Tanks, I have found it incredibly hard. In fact, so hard that I haven't done it. I have tried League, Dota, I have tried War Thunder, I've tried Warships, but I have never been able to find that love I have had with tanks. I have never had the obsession that I did with tanks. I honestly wanted that back. I knew that if I didn't change my mindset and the way that I thought about other players and game mechanics and the way I actually played the game, I knew that it would stop me from playing after about 2 weeks. I would do what I've done 3 or 4 times now, is I would jump back into World of Tanks, and after 3 or 4 weeks, I would just stop playing. I'd give up. I'd be like, I just don't want to play, and stop. It was then I thought that I would wait. I would wait until the big 1.0 patch, the patch they have been talking about for years, the patch that we were so excited for near the end. And the patch would be my reincarnation into this game. That patch, that 1.0 patch, would be the start of my crusade of World of Tanks. One more time, I would jump in, and one more time, I would try and dominate this game. To begin with, I knew that I couldn't just jump into it straight away. I couldn't just go and say 4 or 5 hour sessions, bam, 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 bam. I knew that that would kill my enthusiasm for the game. So I jumped in, and I wanted to play this game, but I stopped myself. I played 2 or 3 games a day. I slowly built up. To begin with, it's 2 or 3. The next day it was 4, 5. Within half a week it was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Before I knew it, it was an hour session, 2 hour session, 3 hour session. Before I knew it, I would play a 4 hour session and then an hour of VR and another 4 hour session. And I feel such a connection to this game again, that after 4 weeks of playing, 3 or 4 weeks of playing, I was like, I want to make videos of this. And that passion to make videos on World of Tanks grew again. And I really feel like I can start my journey where it left off. But how do I not burn out? What's my plan? What has changed in the last couple of months so that I think that I will keep playing this game? What has changed? There's a number of things. My life at the moment is full of work and marriage and family, and I love it a bit. But my gaming life is missing that one thing. It's missing that dedication I have to my job. It's missing that dedication I have to my family. I would like to apply a dedication to a game. And that's what I think World of Tanks can give me. I want to get good. I want to build the skill up. I want to be able to turn around and give people information about a game. And to do that, you need to dedicate yourself to it. And that's what I want to do with World of Tanks. So I have my goal. But I also need to break my barriers in my head. I need to think about the game in a different way. Now, when I went back and played World of Tanks the last time, they had some few bits and pieces in the game that really frustrated me. Artillery, one-shotting you, things like this. That actually pretty much was the only thing I really got frustrated with. And the changes they have made in recent memory, which I am going to make videos on, like the matchmaker, like artillery, are changes that I have felt are going to help me continue playing this game. I think they are well balanced and I think they are great, but they are videos for another time. So with the game, what I believe is to be a really good state, and my enthusiasm to play and make videos and progress forward in my skill, how am I thinking about the other players of the game? How is my thoughts on how I am going to continue playing this game? So there's always that thing in your head where it's those noobs. What I am right now, in fact, those are the bad players of the game. From the footage in the background, you can probably see that I am not good at this game anymore. But here's the thing, is over the last 4 years, I've matured, I've grown up, and I like to think that actually, as well as a little bit of fun here and there I have with my friends, I also can say, you did good, mate. Good job. Well played. Mate, don't worry about it. Try it next time. Sorry for ramming you, didn't mean to. It's these little words of encouragement I feel like a guy on the receiving end of you did really well, or thank you for that, you saved my ass, and stuff like this that can make the other people's day and also make you feel a bit better about yourself. If you're having a bad run in games, if you're having 3 or 4 bad matches and then you come across a guy who saves your ass and you type in chat, thank you so much for that. You, sir, are a boss. It makes yourself feel better, and it makes him feel better, or her feel better. So with all these things combined with my willingness to move forward with the state that the game is in right now, and with my outlook on the other players and how I want to push forward with how I treat other players, I feel like those things combined with a few other little bits and pieces could really push me to keep playing this game. After nearly a month of playing, I am absolutely and utterly engrossed and infatuated to the state I did something I never thought I would do, which is start making videos again. And to Wargaming, I say thank you. And to my community, I say thank you for sticking around. So, how do you get back into World of Tanks? It depends on your personal situation. First of all, you need to want it. Second of all, you need to understand that there are good players and there are bad players. But you don't need to treat people like shit. It makes you feel like bad. It makes you feel bad. It makes them feel bad. So change your mindset on other players. And I think thirdly, you're never going to enjoy every aspect of the game or games in general, but you need to focus on those aspects that you really truly love. You don't like how artillery works at the moment? Fine. Play a tank that won't get shot by artillery very often. Light tanks are quick and nimble, and artillery find it incredibly hard to shoot. Or maybe you love heavy tanks to such a degree that you can ignore the pain in the ass that is artillery. For me, that's medium tanks. I love my medium tanks. I love my heavy. I hate light tanks, but I love my mediums and my heavies. And playing them well is a better reward than any frustration I've run into so far. So they're my 3 tips for how to get back into World of Tanks and how to enjoy your gaming experience. I hope you take something from this, and please do hit that like button if you did like this video. Hit subscribe if you want to. I am going to be trying to upload every single day. That's my personal challenge to myself, and I'm just glad to be back. Thanks guys again for watching. Remember to hit that subscribe button, and I hope to see you again in the next video.